Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Avery Cooper. Your stream co-sponsored by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm on the phone here with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry. Great to have you back, Mayor Berry. I think we just lost Mayor Berry. Oh, no. He'll call back here in just a second. I'm sure of it. Ooh, man. Well, I'm just going to hang tight. Don't panic. Mayor Berry is going to talk about some great things. There's a city council meeting tonight. And let's see. Also, I know that there was a big grant for the fire department. So, again, we had Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry on the phone just now. Just introduced him, and the call dropped. Not sure what happened. Waiting for him to call back. He should be calling back any moment. Maybe I'll give him a ring here, and while we go, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a quick 30-second commercial break, and then we'll get Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry back on the phone here on the WTIM Morning Show. All right, now welcome back. I have Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry on the phone. Great to have you back here, Mayor Berry.
Great to be here with you again, Avery.
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there.
That's
sure
all
what
right.
happened.
We'll blame it on the windstorm that went through this weekend.
Yeah, crazy. Well, also what happened just before the weekend, you had a major grant for the fire department that Congressman Rodney Davis assisted you with. Tell me a little bit about that.
My thanks goes out to Congressman Davis for all the great work he does for our city ourselves. And we honored him at the fire department on Friday. He got us a $175,000 grant through the FEMA organization for new air packs for our firefighters. And what a great safety tool that we use for our fire department.
Yeah. So what is this grant doing specifically?
Well, it just gets us new air packs so our firefighters are able to go in buildings that are on fire safely and things like that. It's much needed in the firefighting industry. And like I said, they're so expensive, it's hard for cities our size to purchase them. Ours are like 15 years old, our air packs, and we needed to upgrade them. And we applied for this grant. And through the work of Congressman Davis and his great staff, we were able to secure the grant. So I want to thank him again.
And I understand you had a bit of a celebration Friday. How did that go?
Well, we invited Congressman Davis, had our firefighter, had a lot of the aldermen. I wasn't there. I went home Friday morning with a little bit of the flu and was unable to attend, but we just wanted to show our appreciation to Congressman Davis for all the work he does for our fire department, our first responders, and also for our city of Taylorville.
And so if I understand it correctly, you guys really wanted these too because, like you mentioned, they're 15 years old. The ones you currently have anyway.
Correct.
Are 15 years old. And now was there a need a little bit more because the fire department is growing at all? Or was it really just the age?
Just the age of that. And like I said, they're $8,000-$9,000 a piece.
Right.
So we were able to secure 20 of these at a $175,000 grant. I think the city's responsible for 5,000 or 6,000 of that. And like I said, what a great lift for our fire department's budget that we were able to secure this grant. So like I said, all the accolades go to Congressman Davis.
How much is the grant for?
$175,000.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. And
yes, it is.
Yeah. And that means that it's $175,000 that the city of Taylorville doesn't have to spend on, and they can spend on other things.
Exactly. Yeah. And the safety of our firefighters, our number one concern. Is everyone knows we try to keep all our first responders as safe as they can be.
What can you say about the job that Taylorville Fire Department and first responders have done
I
Oh,
just
as of
did a
late.
wonderful job. You know, they had a big fire that was in the news there a week or so ago with the bar on the west side of town that caught fire. What a great job they did there, and like I said, they just do a great job day in and day out.
Yeah. Now, tonight you have a city council meeting, a part of your bi-monthly meetings, and I understand you have a major retirement
Right.
happening. What?
Dave Spiegel,
Mm-hmm.
our longtime water superintendent, worked in the water department approximately 38 years. Turned in his retirement notice to me a week or so ago. I hurried up and got an appointment that I hope gets approved tonight. Marlon Brune, he's been second in charge at our water department for years. I think it'll be an easy transition to Marlon Brune. And like I said, I just want to thank Dave for great work he's done for not only for the water department, for our whole city the past 38 years. And it's one guy that I'm really going to miss around here. You know, since I've been mayor, I think everyone has either retired or moved on to another job since I've been all our superintendents. So this is one I hated to see coming, but I knew it was coming. And Marlon Brune is going to get the appointment tonight. I'm pretty sure he'll get approved, and hopefully the people won't notice any difference at the water department.
I want to get to Marlon here in a second, but tell me a little bit about Dave. What's stuck out to you in the time that you've known him?
Just his knowledge, you know, I've known him as a friend for a long time, you know, but as the mayor and the water superintendent, just his knowledge of the day in and day out activities of not only the water department, but of everything that involves the city. You know, the water department works closely with the lake and also with the street and sewer department. So just the camaraderie that he has with the other superintendents, either the ones that retired or the new ones. And he was like the big brother to some of our new superintendents. You know, if they needed something answered, they'd always go to Dave and he'd have the answer for them. And so, like I said, it's a big blow to the city, but can't wish Dave enough. Just great happiness in his future endeavors as he goes into retirement life.
In a way, he sounds a little bit like the superintendent of superintendents.
Exactly, exactly. Like I said, we just got through our comprehensive plan. Dave was the mainstay behind it because he's known what's went on in the city the last 20, 30 years. And some of our new superintendents really lean on him heavily. And he's agreed to stick around and he'll help us out as anything we need. And so, like I said, it's a great loss to the city, but well deserved for Dave.
Now tell me a little bit about Marlon. How long has he been working for the city of Taylorville?
I believe 20 to 25 years he's been the foreman out there, the working foreman. He does have his Class A license, so he's able to be our water superintendent. And as far as the day-to-day activity, Marlon's basically been running the water plant for the last couple of years under Dave's tutelage. And Dave, like I said, this wasn't a surprise. Dave has been planning this. He thought it was a good time once we got the water plant built, once we got the issues in the water billing department fixed. And Dave came to me and he said, I think it's time. And him and I both agreed on Marlon, and hopefully the council will agree also.
What sticks out to you about Marlon?
Just his exceptional knowledge, his work ethic. You know, he's always available. He's my lean on guy whenever Dave was, you know, maybe doing something a little bit, maybe in the plant, something that needed done out in the field. You know, I would always call Marlon. Marlon was right there on the spot. And just like I said, the work ethic of Marlon is what impressed me the most.
Let me reintroduce you, and then we'll continue our conversation about all the great things that are happening here in Taylorville. That is Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry on the phone. I'm Avery Cooper, your host. Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark.
I'm Police Chief Andrew Pistorius with the Sullivan Police Department, here to talk about a topic no one wants to discuss, depression that many times leads to suicide. When a person is going through such feelings, many times family and friends don't know how to help, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
This is a station editorial. I'm Randall J. Miller, station president. This is a postscript on my editorial written February 16th. Late in the day on February 25th, the Illinois Supreme Court denied an appeal on the school mask mandate filed by Governor Pritzker. This was the final nail in the coffin regarding mandating school masking after it had previously been suspended by a Sangamon County Circuit Court judge and later the Illinois Appellate Court. As the governor drops the mask mandate for the general public on February 28th, they look back at the school mask mandate. These past 2 years are in order. As I've said for most of the nearly 2 years, the school mask mandate has always been a power grab by Pritzker, taking control away from local school boards on what they deem best for their particular students. We've seen government overreach at all levels these past nearly 2 years. Doesn't matter whether it's Democrat or Republican, government has acted like it knew better than we did how to run our schools, our personal health, and basically our life. This all stemmed from the fear all politicians had going into the pandemic that they would get blamed and thus not reelected for killing off grandma plus doing a power grab at the same time. We as voters need to be very, very careful of government, whether it's federal or state in the future. We are a country governed by and for the people. It's not the other way around. And may I again remind not only the governor, but all federal and state officials that it is an election year. And while Americans generally have a short memory, what we've endured these past 2 years will be burned into our memory the rest of our lives, and definitely this year when we go to the polls. The preamble to the Declaration of Independence we all learned in school says it best. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. May God continue to bless our great country and its people. That's our opinion. We welcome yours. Our email address is editorial@randyradio.com.
Computer Techniques, also known as CTI, is bringing fiber internet to local homes and businesses. For lag-free internet with speeds up to 1 gig, find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Westervelt Mutual Insurance has always been there to provide the best coverage and protection we could find for our home, and will continue to do so for years to come. Find an agent near you by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream co-sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. I'm here on the phone with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry and talking about all the great things going on in the city of Taylorville. Mayor Berry, you told me off the air there that there's a pretty big, this is actually a really big day for the city of Taylorville in terms of democracy.
Well, not really the city, Avery, but the county office.
Oh, the county. My bad.
The first day of filing petitions for the upcoming primary election at the end of June. So I know the sheriff's race is a big race, the state's attorney, county clerk, county treasurer, and things. And like I said, I want everyone to get out and if you want to run for one of those offices, get your petition filed and get it filed today, and we'll go from there. There's a lot of people out there that think they can do better than what the people that are in office right now are doing. So I invite them to take out a petition, put your name on the ballot, and the best guy wins.
Yeah, that's a great way to vote. And that's why we vote.
That's right. Exactly.
That's why we vote. So tell me, what kind of upcoming road projects do you have here? I know it's construction season.
I know I've been talking about it, but East Main, we were supposed to start around the 1st of March. It got delayed another week or two. So I would hope by next Monday our water and sewer people, the contract will be at least laying the groundwork for that, digging up the road, and we're going to have to block East Main off from Cherokee to Walnut Street. So I'm just giving people proper warning on that. They're going to have to find a different route. We'll hopefully get that street up to where it should be. And I apologize. It's been a long time. It's be 2 years this coming May that we received the grant for $1.5 million to redo that. So I just, like I said, apologize. It was one of those so-called fast track grants. We had about 3 days to get our paperwork in. We got approved, and now it's been, like I said, 22 months before we see any work on it. So, like I said, I apologize to the constituents, but we're doing the best we can, and hopefully the contractor will be there next week.
You mentioned the project was slated to start March 1st. Weather related that it's not starting?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think the contractor had some issues with the weather there at his previous job, and so hopefully they say he'd be there about the 15th, so that's a week from tomorrow. So, like I said, that's what we're counting on that.
Do you have any updates on the skateboard park? Last we talked, I believe that the park district had found the land for the skateboard park.
That's right. I have not talked with Evan Mitchell lately about that. I'll get with him this week. I know they were planning some upcoming fundraising events for that. I've had a few people call with some generous donations offered. So hopefully that's something we can get to in the next couple weeks or months and get that started.
You're still open to taking more donations, I presume?
Of course we are. Like I said, it probably depends how these donations go to see what the scope of the skateboard park. I know, it just depends on how much private money we can raise for this.
Yeah. What is your vision for the skateboard park? What do you hope to accomplish with it?
I hope we have an area where, people of like any age and any experience level can go out there and enjoy it. I don't foresee it being where there's going to be a lot of Olympic style jumps and things like that on it, but people that enjoy skateboard can do a few rail climbs or things like that, bench jumps, things like that. I don't think I'll be skateboarding much myself, but I think it'd be a great addition to our community if we could get one built.
Maybe we have a competition and you and me can call it and we can just watch
Yeah,
safely.
I think I could beat Leroy, but I don't know about you, Avery. But I would like to give a shout out to our 7th grade girls volleyball team who's in the sectional final tonight at home. Invite everyone to go out there and cheer the 7th graders on. These are most of the same girls that won the state championship in basketball as 7th graders. Now they're going for the state championship in volleyball. So invite everyone to go out to North School, see that tonight if they can. I know the 8th grade, I think, starts their regionals tonight in Rochester, but good luck to both those classes.
Any other high school events that you want to mention here in the next minute or so?
Congratulate Kylie Himeses on the 3-point shootout. The local Taylorville freshman, got 5th in the state at the shootout this year. And I'm not sure what's going on, if it's tomorrow or the next day, but the high school has organized some type of polar plunge, a fundraising event that our fire department's going to help with. So I just the high school seems very busy this time of year. And so my shout out to all the youth in our community for all that they do to help us.
Anything else you want to touch on in the next minute or so, Mayor Barry?
Let me just look. Not a whole lot that I can see. We are advertising some positions for summer help. I'd like to invite anybody in high school or college age that needs a summer job to come up and fill out an application with our new HR director, Tracy Bentley, and hopefully we can employ some of the kids for summer help for college expenses or, like I said, high school expenses. With the price of gas, all these kids ought to be getting jobs, so hopefully we won't have too much trouble finding people to work for our summer jobs.
That is Taylorville Mayor Bruce Barry. Thank you so much for coming on the program, Mayor Barry.
Thank you, Avery.
You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show and watching on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com stream on the Facebook page, which is co-sponsored by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. In a move that is frustrating